Good day everyone, welcome to another PHENOMSOUND tutorial. As for me, neurofunk sound design is probably the toughest one, probably next to the color base. There are two fundamental components of this type of design: synthesis and resampling. And like it or not, one can't live without the other. And in today's video we will use both techniques to achieve this kind of sounding. All of the bases from this demo are available on my Patreon page. As well as the drum samples. And some other cool sounds. That might help you being a pro neurofunk producer. Also, you can find this FL Studio project and Serum presets from it, so make sure to check my Patreon page. Believe it or not, all of those bases were made using one Serum preset, and we're about to recreate it right away. Okay, so the first oscillator is going to be the resampling 3. Set the octave to -2, the number of voices to 4, and the tune at 0.15. Set the blend at 45 and move the level all the way down. We are going to automate it using the first LFO, but first I'm going to select the pre-saved envelope, which is looking like this. Set it to triggering and triplets. We want to set the rate to 1.5 triplets. Drag it to the level and set it at 60. Let's also set the wavetable position at 3 o'clock. Drag the automation to it and set it at -30. Enable the second oscillator and set it to the wah terminal. Set the octave to -4 and the semitone at 7. And set the unisono at 10. With the detune set at 0.12. Set the blend at 40 or 45 as well. And move the level down. Move the wavetable position all the way up, and let's switch to the second LFO tab. Make it look like this. Set it to the full bar and drag it to the wavetable position. Move it down. And let's select sync and move the knob all the way up. To then FM from B on the first oscillator. Set it at 10% and automate it using the first LFO. Set it at 70. I prefer to boost the master volume on Serum. Nice, let's enable the noise. It's going to be the one from the organics section called the paperback. Set pitch at 19%. Move the level down and automate it. Set it at around 20 or 25. Let's enable the filter and it's going to be the high pass 12. Set the cutoff at 55. Drag the automation to it. Make it bipolar by hitting Shift, Alt and clicking on it and set it at 70. Move the resonance down and set drive at 35 or 40. Set the frequency at 3 o'clock and automate it. like this. Let's go ahead and enable the tube distortion with the drive set at 19%. Now let's add some more frequency movement to the sound with the help of the EQ. Set both EQ bands to peak, set the first frequency at 50, and automate it, setting it at 70. Set EQ at 40 and a gain at 18 or 19 decibel. That's exactly what we're looking for. Let's get to the second one. Set the frequency at around 13,000 Hz. Drag the first LFO to it and set it at -65. And set the gain at -19 decibel. Sweet, let's enable the filter, and this time we are going to use the high notch 12. Set the cutoff at 20 and the automation at 40. Awesome. Set the resonance at 35 and the automation at 50. The drive at 65. Move the frequency all the way up and automate it. And let's use the compressor with the multiband compression turned on. Set the gain at 12 decibel. With the high frequency compression set at 55. And both mid and low frequency compression at 70. Finally, let's enable the flanger, set it at 40% and the phaser at 30. And let's go to the global tab and reduce the width to 50 on both oscillators. Okay, perfect. We are done on the Serum side. So basically what we can rely on synthesizing neurofunk basses is that you probably most of the times want to use sine-ish wavetables, something really smooth with probably a bit spicy flavor of the FM modulation and a lot of frequency movement. Of course, you probably want to go with some high-pass filters or low-pass filters. But for neurofunk, it's not enough. You want another filter. You want even EQ automations. And even this is not what makes your bass sound like noisier. So we will take this bass, play some simple melody with it. By the way, on this bass I've put a frequency shifter and the EQ, so clean it sounds like this. The frequency shifter settings look like this. Dry wet knobs is set to 70% and the shift at 2.875 Hz. And the EQ is looking like this, just some simple low cut. Okay, so I'm taking this bass and recording it using the Edison. By the way, I forgot to turn on the mono and legato on this sound. Let's try that once again. Nice. Let's drag it to our workspace. I'm putting this bass onto my post-processing channel with some saturation and another EQ. And so it sounds like this. I'm going to enable the crossfade. So the sound plays only when I want it to play. So to make from this bass, something more interesting like this. I'm using just an amazing built-in FL Studio sampler with this cool pogo effect. Check this out. You can also change the speed of it. Don't forget to switch to the different mode. We can also reverse this bass. And get loads of cool basses. Let me once again show you the basses from the demo that you've heard at the beginning of this video, so you could make sure that all of those basses are made from this one sample. So here it is, using the pogo effect. The next bass is with the pogo effect all the way up and with a bit different speed, aka time stretching settings. This one is reversed one with the pogo effect. Then I have another reversed without the pogo effect, but with different time stretching settings. The second part of the demo is made using a bit different preset, so the original sample sounds like this. All I've done is just took the same preset and raised this tiny envelope automation a bit. Resampled it once again and made another bunch of cool sounds. And all this using just basically 3 settings: reverse, time stretching and pogo effect. By the way, if you're curious, I've just found my old NEURO funk basses and I wanted to check how they sound. I was trying to make those using synthesis only, and as you can hear, it's not enough. So make sure to always resample your funk basses, play with them, use different effects, stretch them different ways, use more modulation, then resample it once again and try that all over again. I can guarantee that you will get really interesting results. If you want some mixing and mastering tutorials, go ahead and hit the join button below to unlock my secret content. Also, you are very welcome to join my Discord server. It's very interesting out there. Also, make sure to subscribe to PHENOMSOUND, leave a comment and like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial and see you in the next one. Bye!